everybody, this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Tonight I'm going to do a floral painting on black cardstock. It's just going to be something that's very easy, and I apologize, I actually messed up when I was doing this. I set another piece of paper on it after I got done, so this is kind of an error here. But this is just an idea of what I will be painting for you, or something similar. Tonight we're going to be using fresh foliage. You can read that or not. Baby pink, wicker white, magenta, and thicket. Also, I forgot to mention, if I can find it, it's Peridot. Now, two of these products are actually, they're all folk art enamel, or folk art products, but the magenta and the Peridot are actually the multi-surface, which you can use on, glass, wood, whatever, just a variety of materials. The remainder are actually the folk art enamels. So let's get started using, I'm going to be using two separate 3/4 inch flat brushes, the 1-stroke brushes, and then a 12-inch flat brush. So all these are gonna be created with the flat brush. All right, so first I'm going to start off by painting the greenery, or at least some of the greenery, not all of it. And I like to pick a side, so I'm going to start off over here and just kind of, I guess this is not going to be identical because a lot of what I just did I can't actually see, so I apologize, but it'll be similar because I was so busy painting on it. And I'm just trying to make it a little bit whimsical. If you need to go back and add more paint to continue on, that's fine. And I just kind of ease up a little bit here. I'm sorry, my washer and dryer are running right now. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and paint in just some long leaves. And eventually I'm going to do a video showing you how I do this design on a glass. I was doing a lot of these videos like this prior to getting my new camera, where I would actually show you basically the brush strokes and then continue on doing this on glass then at a later time. I guess I'm on this one. It's just going to go up like this. Very easy strokes, as you can see. Not rocket science. And go back over there to kind of blend that in. And if you want, you can have this kind of, doesn't have to be straight across. You can actually make it, well, mine is kind of straight, but maybe do a catty corner kind of a twist to it. But for the purpose of this video, mine is just straight. Then I'm going to come over here and then do a design where I'm just kind of tapping, pulling, and you can do them close together, further apart, however you want. Just kind of a basic move where you're tapping your brush and pulling it. Or you can go the other direction if you want it to be darker, or go back over it. That's fine too if you want it to be bigger. It doesn't really matter. It's one thing nice about this type of painting is if you don't like how something looks, Even if you're not doing it on glass, just go ahead and go over it. You know, you want to give it more interest, layer it a little bit, that's fine. You know, however you want to do it. And then that'll just blend in with the actual vine itself. Alright, and then on this one I'm just going to kind of do a few that where I just kind of touch and pull, touch and pull. I'm going to have more of a square. It's kind of a squared off leaf. It's kind of fun. There's so many different types of leaves and different ways to paint them. It's just awesome. Okay, and then some of the leaves I will go ahead and add in once I get to get the flower, the floral part painted. Now I'm going to move on to my number 12, and I'm just going to use the, what did I call it? I always forget the names, the fresh foliage. Just the actual, that's all it is fresh foliage. And I'm just going to go in here and lay out just some basic leaves. Nothing fancy whatsoever. Just kind of hitting them, pull, hitting them. And you can curve them a little bit if you want. Just kind of doing it that way. Just a single color. The one thing neat about this is varying the different greens that you're using. That also can make a nice look. But that's up to you. You know, if you want to vary the greens or do a combination of, right now I'm doing the three, the Thicket, the Peridot, and the fresh foliage all together when I'm doing these. And the Peridot is a metallic, so it's very shimmery, if you can tell. That gives it a nice look. Alright, so let's move on to actually doing the flower. Now the flower really isn't a specific flower. It's just more or less just a design using the 3/4 inch flat brush. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm using the magenta, the white, which is wicker white, and then a little bit of the baby pink. I'm going to come in here and just lay my brush, and I did get a little bit of green in there, which is fine. Lay my brush flat and then just kind of pull it down. Squared off looking flower. That's just kind of fun. And then I will come back in here with color, pull it in, and then pull it in. Now, if you wanted to wait till your other colors dry, like your greens, that's fine. But you don't have to. Like I said, I just want to... Actually, sometimes it's fun when you're dragging some of the color in from the greenery, I think at least. But just a very easy, you just kind of touch and pull. And these are just supposed to be a little bit. You can put a little curve in them if you want. That one didn't do very well. Alright, so that's the first one. The next one is I'm going to try to simulate it being a little bit lighter. Now this is the first petal. And then I'm just going to try to focus on adding the baby pink and the wicker white to my brush. And not add any more of the magenta, just to kind of give it a lighter look. Again, you're touching and you can pull it like that, pull it like this, make more of a curve if you want. It's not as light as I want it to be, so I'm going to come back in here, add some more of the white and the pink. leave it like that. Alright, and then the next one I'm going to do is the big one, which is the full open one. And I'm going to come down here and start down here. I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to pull it. I'm going to turn it and continue on. Do a couple strokes, pull it in there. And I might want to focus on my center, just kind of dab a center in there for right now as a guideline. And when I'm doing this, I'm trying to keep the colors going in the same direction, meaning that if I have the darker at the bottom, then I will continue just going around the flower that way, if you'll notice that. Again, this is just a simple flower. It's not like a specific, hydrangea or whatever. It's just a fun kind of a whimsical flower, I would say. And this one, pull that there. A little bit more white into it. Now I'm gonna, no, that's right. Get a little crazy here. Alright, so that's the first layer. The second layer, I'm going to do a little bit lighter around the center. And I kind of like to go over the lines as much as possible. Meaning, like, see right there, that's a section. I kind of like to go over that. And I'm just trying to keep it light as much as possible. I'm not switching brushes. If you want, you can switch brushes if you want to try to keep it even lighter. I'm just going with the one brush. Then I'm going to take just the side of my brush right here, just kind of dab in a center. Now you can take a brush and, kind of go out like this if you want to. It's a little harder with this big of a brush, because then you'll be adding some green to it here in a little bit. That's fine too. Then I'm going to switch over and add some more greenery. And the reason I'm doing that now is I like to kind of position it based on how I put my flowers. Before I paint my flowers, I'm not sure exactly where they're going to land. So I'm going to add in some greenery based on that. Now these two are kind of closer than what my original picture. So I'm just going to try to tap in some green here and try not to get too much on the actual flower below it. You see what I mean? I just do a lot of just kind of tapping, pulling, tapping, pulling. Kind of blending it in there. And then this one, because of the way it is, probably will just be kind of like it's above this one. Not messing with it too much because I don't want it to, like I said, get into my other flower too much. Alright, so now I'm going to add some longer leaves around some of the flowers. And this one I'm just going to do tap and go. Tap and go. And it's okay if you have some pink in it. I like the pink with the green, honestly. I think it's pretty together. it's okay to go over some of the areas that you've already painted. That's fine. And you can do just a single leaf if you want, or the double like I'm showing you. That's up to you. You know, it just really is a matter of preference. And then I'm going to go up here and add some to these flowers. I think they're pretty. I hope you like this demo. If you like my videos, please subscribe. I would love to have you follow me. Give me a big thumbs up if you like it. And please share if you know of anybody who might be interested in the style of painting that I do, which I know can be kind of random at times. Please share with your friends. I'm trying to build my channel. If you haven't already guessed that. I'm just going to put some more of these kind of floater leaves maybe. I don't have them thinned out with any kind of medium. Boy, I hope I'm getting them in there. Just realized that I turned my paper. Alrighty. And you don't have to do threes. You can do however many you want. I just typically, for some reason, like to do odd numbers. I don't know if that's just a basic design thing that I've learned throughout life or what. But I like to do things in threes. Alright, so I'm going to go back to my bigger brush. I'm kind of rotating between brushes right now. And right now I'm going to throw some of my, just more of my little fun kind of leaves, the ruffly. I think I'm going to throw some pink into them too. I really like the pink with it. And when you've got the pink flowers, the thing is when you're doing paper, it doesn't flow as nicely as you'd like, but that's okay. I'm just going to pull it through here. I'm not sure I like the way that center looks, so I'm going to kind of go over it again. Just alright. You just got to get it the way you like it. And if you're not happy with it, paint over it and make it right. That's all I can say. Make it right. Down here I had one. I had more room. Let me do one right in here. Try not to make it quite as big. I don't want to go over my little flowers or leaves too much. And it's okay to go over the top of another leaf. You got to keep in mind, in nature, when the wind's blowing, leaves are all over the place. They're not just organized and all in one direction. But like I said, I will be painting a design using this as a guide, per se, on glass. So I want you to stay tuned for that. It won't be today, but you know, please subscribe to my channel and you'll get that video too once I create it. Also, if you see the bell, you know, click on the bell, because that basically what that does is alerts you when I do post a new video. That's the whole purpose of that. Again, this is not identical to what I just did on my, you know, the thing that I showed you, but it's an inspiration, I guess, is how I look at it. Alright, so I'm going to go in here and just kind of add some of these. And maybe you can see a little bit down in here. Again, that's just to give it some color. And you can always stand back and say, where do I need some more color? Do I need it here? Do I need it there? Where would it look nice at? Okay. And then we can come back in with this and just kind of clean it up a little bit. I'm going to do this one. Like I said, you know, if you go over something and you think that you want to, you know, fix it, it's good. It's fine. Pull that in. Alright, and there you have it. Oh, I did forget one thing. I was going to dab in some color into the center here. Center of this flower. Give it some Peridot. You can add other colors to it too if you want, but that's what I'm doing for this evening. I hope you like this. Again, this is just something easy. Anybody can paint it. That's what I'm trying to do, is to keep it to where it's easy designs for everybody. So again, if you like this video or you like my videos in general, please subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. Make comments. I'd appreciate that. Anything in particular you'd like to see painted, give me a holler. And until the next video, I do appreciate you stopping by, and have a good evening.